10, 9.
Now, get ready for Buzzworthy Radio, the show that gets you up close and personal with some of today's hottest stars. Now, here is Novell J. Lee.
Hey, it's Novell J. Lee, and welcome to a new Buzzcast here on Buzzworthy Radio. We had a chat with Michael Beasley, who is joining the cast of HBO's Eastbound and Down as Jimmy Clay. He previously was on the STARZ original series, Magic City, and he's going to be seen in the upcoming movie, Las Vegas, which is set to hit theaters this November. Here it is, our interview with Michael Beasley. Check it out. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm extremely well. How are you doing, Novell?
Doing very well. It's a little humid, but, you know, we're surviving over here on the East Coast, so I'm good. Thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So this is Michael Beasley. He's actually going to be joining the season 4 cast of Eastbound and Down on HBO, the fourth and final installment of the show, actually. Let's talk about your character. You play Jimmy Clay on the show. Exactly who is Jimmy Clay on Eastbound and Down?
Jimmy Clay is an ex-NFL pro bowler who's now co-hosting a sports talk show, and he basically is a guy who loves his new job, and he stays in his lane. And he tries not to ruffle any feathers. He sits next to Ken Marino, who plays Guy Young, who is actually the lead host on the show. So he's kind of his right-man hand on the show called the Sesh.
Okay. And the season premiere of the show is premiering on September 29th. And this role came about after Magic City was canceled by STARZ, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. It actually happened about the same time that it was the show got canceled. Which I love the show. I don't understand why it got canceled, but it just never got an audience.
I thought it was a very good show, so I was very surprised to hear that Magic City was canceled, and it was so popular, not just with viewers that I know, but people online were always talking about it. So it was kind of like, It was just so weird to hear that Magic City was canceled when I would see lots of tweets coming in on Twitter talking about the show. So I was just kind of taken aback by it.
Right. I mean, unfortunately, he kept getting compared to Mad Men, and it was a different time, and it was the same time frame, but it was just a different. Miami was just a different place. Back then it was basically Vegas before Vegas. So, Like I said, I love the show, and I love being a part of the show, and I'm glad of what we were able to do anyway. So maybe they'll come back.
Never say never in this business. Trust me. There's lots of, there's lots of shows that get resurrected onto online. I mean, look at what Arrested Development is on Netflix. I mean, it's just, it's a possibility. So yeah, absolutely. In this area of the arena, never say never. But I got to ask you, why are you considered to be known as the King of Hollywood South?
Because I've done over 44 projects and like TV and film projects in just 6 years of being in the business. But actually, it really, I got the nickname from, I was casted by Denzel Washington for my first movie with a speaking role in The Great Debaters. So I had to audition for Denzel. And then, and he cast me and directed me, in the movie. And then a couple of years later, I worked with him in a movie called Flight. And so a couple months after that, after being on Flight, then I saw him on the set of Two Guns, and he came on the set and he said, "Man, you're everywhere." And so he, when we was doing the take, he said, "So you based out of Atlanta?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you like the King of the South, huh?" And I said, "Well, I'm trying." And so, when D says it, I guess it sticks.
Yeah, I think so. Don't knock it if he says it. Trust me, for sure.
No, if he said it, I caught it in different ways. At first, I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and then a week later, I was like, "Wait a minute, he had to see me on stuff for him to say that." And then I was like, "Wow," So, and I'm still like, I appreciate every single role, every single thing I get every set I'm on, because I get to learn from like some of the best actors in the world, like in Las Vegas, with Bobby De Niro and Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, Kevin Kline, and on Flight with Denzel and Don Cheadle and John Goodman and Bruce Greenwood. So, I get to really learn on-the-job training. I don't have to go to classes. I'm in class every time I'm working.
Right.
So I just appreciate every moment.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, you're learning every day, and you brought it up already into my next question about Las Vegas. You again working with some of the greatest actors in history right now in that film. You worked with Morgan Freeman and Mr. Robert De Niro, Michael Douglas. The film, for all of you guys, it hits theaters this November. And what exactly is this movie about? I understand it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. It's like a old man hangover movie. So
an old man.
So you can picture that it's not going to be as crazy as Hangover, but it's going to be crazy. And so Michael Douglas is he's about to get married at his age and to a younger bride, and Morgan Freeman, Kevin Kline, and Bobby De Niro are his best friends, and they're like, "You sure you want to do this?" So he said, well, let's go to Las Vegas to get married. So, this is the last one. They're trying to talk him out of this because, he's like the playboy of the bunch, I guess. And they end up going to Las Vegas and really having a crazy party. And actually in the movie it's crazy because I had one scene in the movie where they're coming to one of the clubs and they're trying to get into the club. Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, and Kevin Kline are trying to get into this younger club, and I stopped them. I tried to stop them from coming in. And so, the director loved what I did with it, and then he called me the next day and was like, "Yo, what you doing today?" I was like, the production emailed me and said, "What are you doing today?" I said, "Nothing. You tell me." So, anyway, make long story short, they did this 9 times, so now I got 9 scenes in the movie. So
9 scenes.
It went from one scene. It went from one scene to 9 scenes in the movie. So, and like I said, like they would email me. I was like, "Why y'all email me? Just tell me when I gotta come in." This is Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, Kevin. Like, why y'all ask me what I'm doing? Just tell me what I'm doing. So it was pretty ridiculous, and we had so much fun on the set. And those guys are just so much pros, and I just learned so much. And I'll give you an insight on one time. I was brought my wife to the set just to meet everybody, and this is first time I'm saying this, but I just want to tell you, Michael Douglas was walking with Bobby De Niro, and I didn't get a chance to really meet Bobby the day before. And so I said, "Michael, I want you to meet my wife," and he said, "Oh, hold on. Have you met Bobby yet?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, this is Michael Beasley. He's got this infectious laugh. He's a great actor. This, that, and the other." And I was like, I'm having an out-of-body experience. I'm like, this is Michael Douglas from Wall Street saying. So I really didn't hear much more of the conversation. All I was wah.
As soon as he said that, it went straight into the Charlie Brown teacher, and all you heard was
It went immediately to Charlie Brown after that. I was like, I didn't hear anything. And then he said, Michael, huh? What? so yeah, I had an amazing time on that set, man.
That sounds so fun. I can't get past that. Really. Honestly, I'll be straight up with you. That probably would have been me. Instead of the Charlie Brown teacher, I would have just heard fireworks going off, and then that's it. And then I would just have the jaw open, like Wile E. Coyote whenever the Roadrunner goes by. The jaw just flies right to the ground, and it just stays there for maybe about 2 minutes to 3. And it has to take somebody to basically punch me on the shoulder before I can come back to life. So
that was almost my experience, man. That's almost my experience.
I'm glad I'm not alone in that anymore. Thank you so much.
Hilarious.
But speaking of people that I respect in this industry that you had the chance to work with as well, you were a part of the remake that aired on Lifetime of Steel Magnolias. And
yes,
that was very, very much talked about. It was heavily criticized. It was very what's the best way to say it? I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. It was talked about. I think that's the best way I can put it at this point. It was talked about by a lot of people, especially since, the original was so well received by many people.
Right.
A lot of people were wondering why they're going to make a remake of this, and especially the fact that it's going to be with an all-black cast, and how was that going to be played off. But I heard that, I heard everything. I heard everything from the beginning, middle, and the end of what people were thinking of that.
Right.
What was your interpretation of it when you were told about it? Then when you got to the set to do it, how was it to play the part?
For me, it was divine intervention for everything, every part of it, because what people don't understand the backstory. First of all, that nobody else got a chance to do this remake, and they wouldn't let us take it to the theaters because they figured they already had a classic, and so they allowed the producers to do a TV show, a TV movie on it. Mm-hmm. Now, but the thing is, we only had 18 days to shoot, where the original movie had 56 days to shoot. And so we had to cut some of the things out in our project and this and the other. But,
sure,
the actors that we had on that set, I thought they did a phenomenal job. And I think it was unfairly criticized because, nobody, with that story, it's so well written that you can, if you go to a theater to see the play, you can have bad actors in that play, and you're still crying at the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? But we had great actors in it. We had, I think everybody did what they were supposed to do in it. You know what I'm saying? And we broke records. Like, it was 6.5 million viewers. That was second highest in Lifetime history. No, actually, it's the first highest in Lifetime history. I believe it's either the first or second in Lifetime history of viewing. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
Like I said, I was excited about what we did, and it was unfairly criticized, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? I understood. But I thought we did it. I thought we did justice to it. But if you come in looking at something, you're gonna look for every little thing. If you come in with the wrong attitude, you're gonna look at everything instead of coming with an open attitude. And there's remakes all the time, also. But that's such a classic movie that it's a tough one, to go behind and do a remake on, whether it's black or white cast. So
right. I like it. And you know what? We're going to be watching it on Eastbound and Down starting on September 29th. We're going to be looking out for you at Las Vegas. Premieres in theaters this November, so make sure you guys check that out. An old people's version of The Hangover. I don't think I'm going to get past that one. I think I'm going to be stuck on that one until I see it myself, and then I'll offer my opinion on that. But I don't think I can get past that one. I think that was a sell. For me.
Okay, cool.
Michael Beasley, everybody, make sure you guys check him out. Thank you so much, man, for coming by the show. I'd love to have you back on anytime. This was a lot of fun.
It was fun. Thank you, Neville. I appreciate you having me, man.
Many thanks to Michael Beasley for stopping by the podcast today. You can catch the season premiere of Eastbound and Down on HBO on Sunday, September 29th. That's it for me for right now. Neville J. Lee, making sure you keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy Radio by simply logging on to our website at www.buzzworthyradio.net. You can also follow us on Twitter at Buzzworthy Radio and liking us on our Facebook page. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Can't get enough of Buzzworthy Radio. Log on now to www.buzzworthyradio.net to get the latest news on upcoming guests, past shows, and videos of all your favorite stars. Keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy.